everybody. Welcome to Kingdom Fuel. God bless you guys. I'm so excited for this message. I got to be honest with you. Those who didn't tune in last week, I really think you should go listen to that message. That was not premeditated. That was, I'm telling you, that's what I love about ministry. It's unpredictable. And you can go prepare a whole bunch of stuff and the Lord will just, like the 5 loaves and 5 loaves and 2 fish, or he just multiplies it. I mean, I tell you, I that blessed me. Sometimes your own blessing comes out of your own mouth, but I would encourage you to go listen to that message. But we're going to build upon that. What we're talking about is prayer that works. We want to trim the fat and get rid of the unnecessarily, some of maybe the religious stuff that you sometimes inherit, by virtue of just being a Christian, and some of the works mentality. We just want to kind of push that aside. And I felt like the Lord had given me 5 principles, or 5 points, 5 pillars, 5 dimensions of prayer, 5 things that we're going to talk about that you and I need to cultivate. Because if the Bible says in James chapter 5 that the effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man avails much, or produces results, or gets results, then obviously there's an ineffective, non-fervent prayer that produces nothing or very little. I don't know about you. I don't have time to waste. I've only got one life to live. I want to make good use of the time I have here. So, I don't want to be wasting my breath. I want to pray effectual, fervent prayer. Now, let me say this before we get into some of these nuts and bolts. The first thing I want you to understand is prayer is this awesome gift from God, okay? I'm using prayer in a very broad stroke term here. But prayer, first and foremost, is to get to know the Lord. Get to know the personality of God, the nature of God, what He's like, He's beautiful. I'm telling you, He's so beautiful. Many of you probably know, but He is so beautiful inside and out. And let me tell you something. For the first half of my Christian walk, I said the right things. But honestly, I struggled. There was a lot that was tainting the image of the Father. I still inherited some pictures of what God was like that He wasn't, and God had to show me a long time ago. He said, son, it's not what you're not seeing, it's what you're seeing that's not there. Good God, that's a very, very powerful point. It's like wearing blue lensed sunglasses or blue lens glasses. Everything that you look at is going to be tainted with that blue lens. And sometimes when we're looking at the scriptures, sometimes when we're looking in the spirit even to understand God, who He is, His nature, and His personality are tainted by the lens, the religious lens, not a lens you can see or touch or like that, but a lens in your heart and mind of the things that you believe are true about God that may not necessarily be true. Okay? A lot of people think that God's angry all the time. And I mean, look, I'm not trying to pick a fight, but some Christians, you think that He really is. I just don't know what spirit they're of. God is love. He really is. And so, you have this lens, and so God sometimes sometimes He's doing it a lot. He's cleansing and washing our vision, purging our understanding of the Father. That's part of what Jesus came. When He came into the earth, He came to manifest the nature of God, what He's like, in a touchable, tasteable, experiential form. And what did He do? He went about doing good and healing all who are oppressed of the devil. He healed the sick everywhere. He fed the poor. He received the children. He loved on everybody. I think the only people group that He was kind of, angry at and said some harsh words with the religious community, because they were becoming a stumbling block at that time and in that generation to the people, and kept them from really knowing the true God as He is. And that's what I endeavor to do, and I pray that it be our endeavor corporately, that to know the true nature of God, and to not only know it, but to reveal it. And good God, to reveal and manifest the true nature of God in the earth. Man, wouldn't that be wonderful on a corporate level? Do you understand? Just like that generation in Jesus' day needed a revelation of God in the flesh, I you and I, we need a revelation of God in the flesh. And the people of the world, you're the only Jesus they're going to know and see, at least in the beginning. So, we need to manifest more of that Christ spirit that He's placed on the inside of us. So prayer is a big part of it, is to commune with the Father. And I tell you what, that's where prayer gets interesting. That's where prayer gets fun. That's where prayer is exciting. Man, some of you know what I'm talking about. You can get so lost in prayer where it's no longer a religious obligation. It's not something good Christians do. It's not something that's required or necessary. And not that it isn't necessary, but you're not praying from that place. God is wooing you, and you want to be with Him, and you can't stay away from Him, and you can't get enough of Him, and hearing His voice becomes so exciting to you, and God showing you things and having visions, and the Lord communicating His heart to you about your life and about the lives of others, and then seeing those things confirmed, and feeling His manifest presence and His touch and His healing words, and being able to develop this and cultivate this secret relationship with the Father. Oh man, I'm telling you, it'll turn you on. It'll turn you on in the best way, and all you'll want to do is pray all the time. I'm telling you, you'll get to a place where God has to tell you to stop praying and to go eat. Some of you know what I'm talking about. He'll have to tell you to remind you to go eat some food because you're still living in a body. I'm telling you, the presence of God is addictive. The word of the Lord is addictive, and ministering to Him and being ministered to Him. When you start realizing and gain a revelation that prayer is two-way communication, that it's not just one way, it's not just you talking to the Father, but it's the Father, the Abba Father, Daddy Father talking to you. Woo! Nothing like it. It makes life worth living. I'm telling you. So, prayer that is effective is first of all understanding and knowing that it's there for you to know God. Please understand me. Don't let life, I know life has the potential, especially in this country, to get so busy so fast. There's so much fighting for your attention. And some of those things that are fighting for your attention are good things. Not all of them are bad. I get it. Trust me, I've got a wife and 3 children and a ministry, a church out here. There's lots of work to be done all the time, and ministry needs, and sometimes distractions come in the form of good things. Some things we're supposed to be distracted. Of course, you're supposed to minister to your family. You understand where I'm coming from. However, God, you need to give Him time. Just like you need time to build a relationship with your wife and your family, or your husband and your friends. You need to make time for the Lord. I'm telling you, it's that important. If your life is that busy to where you haven't got time to spend with Him, then you're too busy. You're way too busy. You need to cut out some things in your life. And if you can't cut them out, ask God. He'll reassemble your days so that you get more time to spend with Him as well as your family. All right? And do all the other things that you need to do. But what I've found is that a lot of what I'm doing without Him is a lot of just religious gyrations and just fear manifesting itself in a whole bunch of foolish works. And so when you spend time with God, that's me. Maybe not with you, but I just find that when I spend time with God, He will give you a wisdom and a skill to where you start operating more effectively and efficiently in this life, so that you can spend time, not just with your family. And please hear me, that's important, but spend time with Him. So enough said about that, but getting to know the Father, He starts rubbing off on you, and you'll start changing into the kind of person He is and what He's like. I have this fear that I'm running out of time, so we're going to stop there, and I'm going to pick it up next week. Okay, God bless you, and stay with me. I know these last 2 episodes are more of an intro, but next week we're going to start getting into the main points of this topic. All right, have a great week. Bless you.